Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Mr. here. Today I'm back with by far one of the most proud I've been for a deck. And I know I say that for a lot of my decks, but hear me out. I finally had the chance to build a proper Link Joker deck, a Starhawk deck. And I'm actually going to do a Link Joker Dragon deck probably. I'm not sure, depends on my mood. But this is a deck that I've been playing with a lot. And I mean a lot. But at the time of this recording, you won't see the video. I'm actually staggering the releases a bit. So by the time y'all actually see this, it's gonna be a while. But I'm still gonna make sure it's relevant before the LG updates. I mean, it's gonna be a while. So Starhawks are insane. Not insane. They have a very unique ability of reversing triggers, which, although they've been very overshadowed by Messiah, Deletor, I still think they are very unique. To the point that people tag in Brandt as a first ride because it's just so good. And I agree, Brandt is a very good first ride. But what if we could take his ability and put it on the next level? Brandt Ringer is an insanely powered card, although a lot of people don't see it that way. And today, I will be going through a unique deck profile. How do you make a dead deck good? Well, with a new twist, a new gift, and a hell of a lot more tech observations, today we will finally be solving that question. Tree Brandt Ringer. Yes, before anybody asks me, I have tested 4 copies of Brandt. So I do not want anyone calling me out saying, "Oh, have you tested it?" Yes, I have. 4 is okay, but Brandt Ringer is really only good on a Vanguard. He's kind of dead anywhere else. And I mean it. And the reason why we play 3 and not 4 is mainly because we also have this guy in the deck. Tyrell, who is a Starhawk searcher. We will get through in just a bit. Starhawks just need a lot of ratio tuning, Link Joker in general. So to anyone building Link Joker decks, I strongly advise you to just keep testing. And although this is an advice for most clans, it applies especially to Link Joker. And I mean it. Alright, so Brandt's skill is Counter Blast 1, reverse your opponent's triggers, critical, -1 crit, heal, take a damage, draw, discard a card, front, apply it to the back row. Power increases do not change, only their effect. Yeah, so if you're really sick of too many drive checks, if you're sick of fast high rollers, if you're sick of just heal trigger, well, now you can say screw it to all of them because you have just turned the tides on it. Brandt is just making sure that anything your opponent draws is just going to be like oh, please no strategy right now. Brandt kind of forces your opponent, even to the point of some not attacking with their Vanguard because of stuff like the heal trigger and the crit trigger. Literally any trigger they pull right now is devastating. Except for front. I don't know. Guess that's kind of bad, but maybe. So, in any way, Brandt just screws up every trigger in the game except Stan, because, who plays Brandt in Premium? Oh, you'll see my Brandt Premium deck next time. I'm just kidding. 4 of the original Great Tree Brandt. He has the same skill for crit and heal, but that's all he does. But that's really good enough. On Great Tree, he's already quite intimidating that the most powerful 2 triggers in a game, he already can reverse. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are times where I go into Brandt, and then my opponent just gets 2 draw triggers, and it feels really wasted. But it's still okay, because in the end of the day, the rest of the triggers are going to be reversed. But it's really just about luck and what you do with the luck. And we'll be going through how you can change that luck up and down. Then we have 4 Decayal Automata. Decayal Automata is a permanent 23k beater on rearguard. I have to use the word permanent because this is not a during your turn. No, this kid is a 23k beater on your opponent's turn. He's literally long goal before long goal. Yes. So if your opponent wants to use Thunder Break, Vermilion, or just swing into Decayal with his rearguards, unless you're hitting 23k power, you're not getting rid of Decayal, which makes him extremely sticky. Sure, no resist. Yeah, he can be bound, retired. Yeah. But by conventional means, he's very sticky on the board. Besides the 10k, he gives your opponent an extra drive, which is so generous. But when you think about it, you would have used Brandt's skill to reverse those triggers, so you're making your opponent more afraid to attack with his Vanguard. In addition, all drive checks treat the third drive check and higher enter the drop zone instead of the hand. So now you're milling them as well, which is just whoa. Although I will say DKL sounds really good, but he's only a rearguard. So if you happen to ride him, you kind of break for a turn. And you have to pray you get into Brandt to make sure that you don't stay in this sticky form. Because riding DKL is just a serious loss in tempo, because Brandt is just a supreme tempo deck, especially for this build. But DKL is a solid rearguard option, which is why he's still played at 4. I tried playing at 3. I tried not even playing him. I tried using Greyon, but he still is good, and it's definitely still worth the shot. Next up, 4-star Hawk Letalak, because it can't be a Star Hawk deck without Star Hawks, guys. Don't forget Link Joker. So the skill is, he's actually pretty good, okay? His skill is, when you reveal a Star Hawk card in your drive check, he gains plus 10. So let's say you're doing a drive check, and you'll be like, Gillis sucks. Tyrell sucks. Yeah, no trigger, but Letalak gains extra power for everyone you reveal. Any card with Starhawk, even grade 4, even the grade 4. So let's say you get Brandringer and you'll be like, crap, this is kind of dead in my hand for a turn until I can use it or discard it for PG. But Letalak still makes it into a 10k boost for him. And that's just for him. What happens if you get another one? The effect compounds, and that just makes him good. The second bit is when he intercepts. If you have a Starhawk Vanguard, which is why I'm sure you see that this is not a good right target. Alright, look at the top card of your opponent's deck. Bind it face down if you wish. Letalak and Gillis are the only cards that can do this. This is bind face down. Their effect rarely works. Yes, I have to put this disclaimer, it rarely works. Gillis' effects can only use once per entire game because of Ruri, and we will see those two later. But Letalak has a little bit more of a higher chance. The problem is he needs to intercept. So if your opponent has read at least the freaking wiki or watched at least one episode of the anime, he'll know to attack Letalak first. Or even worse, if he's playing something like, say, Gauntlet Buster and just binds your Letalak, you lose that value. You lose that potential intercepting. Or even if he just attacks Letalak, you can't intercept with it, you lose that value. That is really the only downside to me, that his ability to bind is very specific. He's good against conventional decks, but similarly to Decay Automata, binding, retiring just really hurts Starhawks. Although that can change. We play for Gillis. He's from the trial deck, so this is a little bit more on the budget side. He gains 4k when placed on the rearguard if you have more rearguards than your opponent, which doesn't happen often, but hey, extra 4k for free. When he attacks hits on Vanguard or rearguard, Soul Blast 1, draw a card. But if he had a rearguard, don't draw, just bind one of his rearguards face down. Early game tempo, because it can be used on the Vanguard circle. But please be careful, because you need Soul for quite a lot of things in this deck, and you don't get Soul very consistently, so please be careful of that. However, you don't really use his Soul Blast skill often, because it's an attack hits, so if your opponent can read, he may block it. If not, also in the early game, you can still Soul Blast and draw a card, and that still is good tempo. This is a tech choice on my part, and this is Lemaitia Code Dragon. From my time testing Cyber Dragons and, even now, Lemaitia Code just comes out as a card that I think a lot of people have overshadowed. Soul Blast 1, when he's placed on a rearguard or guardian circle, he gains 10k power and 10k shield. So on the Guardian Circle for Soul Blast, he becomes a trigger block, which I know Soul Blasts are expensive, but this is worth it. And let's say you want to push your opponent aggressively and just finish him off, You Soul Blast, he becomes a 20k beater, which is not bad. Only issue? It's only a place, and he needs a Soul Blast. So, that's why he's only a 2. He's really just more of tech. Not much anything else. Okay, we will go through the Starhawks together. 4 Tyrell and 2 Gillis. We'll go through Gillis. Gillis' skill is, when he is used to gun an attack, and the attack failed, counterblast 1, call him to an open circle. Alright, this skill I have never used before. Like, I swear, counterblast is used so much for Brandt and Tyrell. You never use this skill at all. Zilch. Never. There are very little opportunities, or if not never, they use this card. And it's not very influential use of counterblast. Link Joker has no counter charges. Well, I mean they do, but not for Starhawk. So at this point in time, this ability I'm gonna pass. His second ability, Soul Blast Ruri, the starter. Alright? And you can look at the top card of your opponent's deck. This is a activated skill, alright? And then you can choose to bind it. So, like I said, you only get to use the skill once. The reason why I even still play him is because he's a Starhawk. If not, I just would have totally cut him. Because, yeah. Honestly, I just want one more Starhawk grade 1. Just give me something that can countercharge. Oh, grade 2. Please. Please, Bushy. Alright, this is Starhawk Searcher, Tyrell. He's the worst searcher in Vanguard history. And I am not making this up. Counterblast 1, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. Add a grade 2 or higher Starhawk card from the top 4 to your hand. Put everything else in the drop zone. So, let's put this in reality for you. If you get something like this, you're all going to the drop zone. Heal trigger? No. $15 perfect guard? No. Grade 1? No. DKO? No. So, that you can see why I'm not, say, a grand fan of this card. Does it search? Yeah. Can it whiff? Can it smoke off? A lot. And the counterblast is also not cheap. However, he is the only searcher we have. So, we have to use him. However, in a blessed scenario that you already have, Brandt, you don't have to use this skill anymore. You don't have to search for anything anymore. You have your key pieces. Don't be greedy. Take it and go. Because if you just want to be greedy and use this card, you burn a counterblast, you burn 4 good cards that couldn't be searched, you're at a loss. You're milling yourself now. You're supposed to mill the opponent, not yourself. Of course, for example, if I'm lacking Brandt, and then I pull a Brandt, even if, let's say, I drop something like 3 crits, I'm going to tell you that it was worth it because I need consistency. But in the case that you already have what you need, you don't need to be greedy. And that's true. This card at 3, her skill is, if your opponent did not call a trigger unit for a battle, put this into the soul, draw a card, choose one of your units against +10. So much value for such a specific timing. But it's not, say, impossible, alright? This is doable condition. 10k power is just good. The draw is even better. The soul's best. You need soul. This is the only card that you can put in a soul. This is also tech. I forgot his name. Oh my goodness. Okay, never mind. Y'all know what his name is, so you can Google it. Eventually it will strike me. His skill, Soul Blast 1. All your opponent's cards must intercept the battle that this unit boosts. Say goodbye to Excel. This is a one-time board sweep. If, let's say, he has something like 4 Bowmans or something, Soul Blast, they're all gonna be used. Problem is for intercept, that when you intercept, you're using their shield. So, if you Soul Blast, if you boost this for an attack you want to hit, well then you're kind of just preventing the attack from hitting, because you make it easier for it to block. They do lose valuable pieces, and that's good, but you are also preventing your attack from going through. The chances of it just goes down. Other problem, this is only designed to cut grade 2s. Yeah, it does screw up Excel. Yeah, it does remove key pieces. Yeah, goodbye Blaster Blade. But honestly, it doesn't affect the grade 3s. So if your opponent has like 4 Longles, this is useless. Your opponent has, I don't know, what other grade 3s are. Hayaki Vogue. Well, this doesn't help you at all. Good luck to you. But it's really just tech. There are games you don't have to use this at all, and that's fine. But I just tacked it in because it is, well, a relatively good card. Now that I've covered that, trigger lineup. And this is where the deck strategy comes through. We play 6 crits. Yes, 6 crits. We play 6 draw, including these 4 draw PGs. I had this imported from Japan. For God's sake, it's so expensive here. Oh my god, I even got into a freaking fight over these cards because people thought I stole them from a shop. I'll go into that another day. But yeah. So, 6 draw. You need draw, but too much draw, you don't really need it. Oh, my waifu sleeves. I'm sorry, Alessa. 4 heal. Ruri. Yeah. So, pretty standard. Now, the reason why I had to bring up the 6 crits in particular is because the gift we are playing is, I'm sure you can guess it by now, Force 2. Yes, the gift meant for this deck is Force 2. I'm sure you can see why. We are removing their ability to heal by reversing it. We are removing their ability from having lethal Vanguard attacks by minusing a crit. The rest is all a bonus, but their main 2 triggers in the entire game is now screwed over. You're cutting them off from healing. If they were betting on heal triggers to countercharge or just recuperate, oh no, it's not happening. We are really just pushing them to the brink. We are milling them to the edge. We are increasing their chances of trying to die. Literally. So, right now, in such a fast-paced meta, the best way for a Force deck to survive, in my opinion, well, especially for this deck, is just to push them to 6 damage. Just kill them. Just kill them as fast as possible with all these crits and damage. I mean, 6 damage is not a lot if you think about it. In retrospect to this deck, using pure calculations alone, if by the time I hit Brandt at grade 3, he probably has, say, 2 heal triggers left, I can convert them into 2 extra damage points for him. Take that, bros. Force 2, make every attack freaking lethal. So, this is just really how I built the deck, to push it as fast as possible. Sure, you can play Force 1. I tested Force 1. Force 1 is still cool. But there's a reason why we're only playing 3 Brandt. Because we don't really need to stack a lot of the gifts. If you played 4 Brandt, you're looking to stack as many Force 1. Usually. That's usually how it went. But since we just need 3 Force 2s, 3 Brandt is fine. We can add in more grade 1s, muscle in a bit more shield. We can start pressuring them. 1 Brandt grade 4 versus 2 Brandt grade 4s. It's still about the same value if you think about it. If you already have, say, 2 Force 2 markers, you just get an extra 1. Yeah, that makes 1 more attack lethal, but does game change? I mean, yeah, but not so much as, say, Force 1 markers, where you can keep stacking. So, with that in perspective, this whole deck is just built to crush the opponent. And I know I'm saying this at the end, near the end of the video, but I think it really helps to put the whole deck in retrospect to show you what was the main strategy behind Starhawks of 2020. Yes, I said 2020, so now you know when this video is going to be released near. So, thank you all so much for watching this video. I mean, honestly, I just needed to do Starhawks some justice. Starhawks are one of my favorites. Thematically and, game-wise, it's just really fun. I've read the manga. I grew up reading about the horror of these kids, so I just had to, but I didn't really have a lot of money to build this deck. So it really took me a while for me to get these then I started talking about, hey, let's build Starhound. But if not, that will be it for my Starhound deck profile. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this creative little build, please leave a like. Subscribe if you want. I know this channel, people tend to like more standard and premium stuff. So yeah, I'm kind of stretching my personal morals here by doing more standard than premium. So I hope you really enjoy this. If you like any of my deck choices, or you want to ask me more about it, please leave a comment in the comment section. I had a lot of fun testing this deck, the ratios and everything. I had to test, buy spares, test. That's how I got to the ratios of this deck, and I'm just so proud of it. If you have any questions, any design choices, whatever, please let me know in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to try and answer your questions. Just please let's not fight. I already got into a fight over this deck once, so thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Stay safe.